Hello, owls and ravens. Welcome to the gentle flow of chaos, and thank you for tuning in to Thought Space, my ASMR vlog where you guys get to hear me talk about complex, complicated, random anime conversion theory. Now, a couple of you are probably already thinking about those D&D horror stories about anime and D&D on RPG horror story Reddits. Now, before you click off thinking this is going to be another RPG horror story or thinking that this might just be a horror story in the making, please stick around, just hear me out. These are not ideas you have to adapt. These are not things you have to put into your life. This is not me forcing onto you any of my concepts and ideas. This is just me sharing my thoughts, my experiences, and my opinions. So sit down and just relax and let the chill, calm atmosphere take you in as you hear me out. So, when it comes to D&D, and I'm using D&D because it is the most popular TTRPG and most used, and a lot of people are familiar with it. In fact, a lot of people play it, and it's a lot of people's favorite game. Me, on the other hand, City of Mist is one of my favorite TTRPG, not D&D, but we will not use City of Mist because City of Mist is definitely made for a lot of supernatural slice of life mystery animes. Just to let you guys know, and if you want to see some cool content about City of Mist, you would like me to make that, just leave it in the comment below. Now back to the stories of D&D and all of the weeaboo anime horror stories that exist within the Reddit page. Now, first off, a lot of people think that anime is inherently bad and cannot fit into D&D because of the horror stories that exist out there, and a lot of them being about people who very much enjoy anime. This is wrong, however. At least in my opinion, this is wrong. I believe a lot of those incidents just happen to be with toxic people or people who just really did not know about anime TTRPG conversion theory, which is my own theory. It's not a real theory. If you go Google it, it doesn't exist unless someone here makes a wiki about it. Anime TTRPG conversion theory is just the fact, like any other media, you have to convert it to fit within the setting of a D&D game. Just like anything else, like Destiny or Vampire Diaries or Merlin, you do have to put some work to convert it to fit into a game, rather than taking anime as it is and putting it in a D&D game like a straight port. These are not straight ports, these are conversion and must be kind of worked out and designed for a D&D session, campaign, and group. First off, we'll start with anime characters. At least in my little experience of how to do anime characters, how to design them and all of that, what I typically do is just, if I want to do an MC, I power them down to a power level that fits the campaign. If I'm doing a support character, I'll keep them as there is. If they're way below the campaign kind of thing, I'll keep them as there is too. If it's gonna be like, what's it called? Multi-classing, I'll do whatever skill they learn first and base it off of that and multi-class as I see fit. Usually the multi-classes I'll make are unusually weak, but I usually use some creative thinkings and ideas to get through that. So when it comes down to it, you just have to be okay when making an anime character with not being an anime character. Essentially meaning not being the protagonist. You just need to be, a supportive character, shine when you're supposed to shine and the spotlight is on you, and then help other people shine. 2. Forget about the power of friendship, at least the anime concept of power of friendship. Do not go into these long-winded monologues about how your friends need you or any of that and how you have to defeat the bad guy, because first off, if you're gonna do that, talk to your table first, see if this is a type of campaign they want to do, if this is okay and cool. Because if you're going in and you're doing and it's your turn and you take 10 minutes just to do your monologue before doing anything else, that's not fun for everyone else unless, they're into that kind of stuff. Make sure you fit that table at least. That's what I'm saying. Be considerate. Making an anime character is not about anime not fitting into D&D. It's really just up to being considerate of everyone else who's at the table. If they're cool with it, then go ahead. Do your 10-minute monologue about how you need to defeat the villain to save your village, which was cursed by the evil dark brother of the villain, and you need to defeat him so you can get to the brother. Go ahead and do that. But if they're not, try shorten it to 10 seconds, 30 seconds maybe. Keep it short and simple and witty, like a Spider-Man quip, or an emotional Spider-Man quip. Just keep it chill, short. Talk to your table. It's okay to communicate what you want to do with your table and DM. Those are very important things to do. Now, if you are a DM and you want to make an anime-based world, the real easy trick is don't make yourself the main character. Don't make a DM NPC. If you're gonna have cameos of main character, don't have them do anything. Your players are the stars, let them be the star, let them show the stars, and if you want to beat them down, make sure that beatdown seems fair to them, and make sure you create environments that they can have fun. You can have fun too, but everyone needs to have fun at this table. You need to remember that. The NPCs might mean you get to have more fun, but it's usually not fun for your players, and it's usually not okay, especially if you're beating them down so that your DMPC can have the spotlight. At this point, you should have wrote a book, and it's not fair to them. Go make a real anime if that's how you're gonna play. Alright, so with that being said, those are pretty simple things. Those are my conversion theories. It's not a lot, it's not complicated, it's not any of that. It's super simple. And when you're making these characters, the number one rule is consideration. When you're making the environment, the number one rule is consideration. You can definitely have anime in your D&D games. You just need to be considerate of everyone around there. Make sure you are not stepping on anyone's toe. Talk to them. And, fill out the room. Essentially, making an anime character, making a D&D campaign with anime atmosphere and inspiration, it's no different from making normal D&D. It's all about consideration. D&D has been stretched to fit a lot of different things, a lot of different concepts, has been homebrewed over and over again, so it's not hard for anime to be thrown into there. Especially with anime having such a large variety of different genre, and just saying anime doesn't really give you any type of one thing, especially when there's horror genre, fantasy, modern day, slice of life, and all of these different types of genre that have their own tropes, ideas, concepts, and so on. So, if you are someone who does enjoy anime and you try to put anime into a D&D campaign, just make sure you're being considerate of everyone there. Especially if you're trying to get them into anime. And you're trying to make them say, whoa, your character is so cool. Because your character being cool isn't about you kind of hogging the spotlight. It's about you being useful, working together with the team, and being considerate of everyone else, actually being interested in other people's character, and sooner or later you're gonna realize people think your character is cool because you played them well, you played them good, and you didn't play them like a, glory hog. Alright, Now, I mentioned all these things about D&D. How about other TTRPGs? Well, there's a lot of TTRPGs that actually have anime as the focus, like OVA or BESM, or Disaster in Peace, which is more of a magical girl kind of thing. And then there's City of Mist, which is very much not an anime based TTRPG, but the way it's designed, it fits a lot of different animes into its category, which is really, really cool, and probably one of the many reasons it's one of my favorite games. Now, that's basically all I have to say. If you like TTRPGs, you like role playing games, you like the tabletop space, please keep in touch with me. Please stay with the vibe, stay with the crew, because we have some TTRPG content coming up soon, which I hope all of you will enjoy. Anyways, that is it for today, and remember, vibe with the chaos.